This is A's Cast Live, your comprehensive look at the Athletics.
Leaping at the wall, it's gone! A towering drive into center field by Rooker.
And 29 other MLB clubs.
A judgy blast. All rise. Here comes the judge.
Swung on, hit high, hit deep to right, away back into the second deck.
Bobby Witt Jr. becomes the first shortstop in Major League history to have two 30-30 seasons.
Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Join us as we take you inside the baseball universe, from humidors to walk-off dingers to Hall of Fame talk. We have you covered. Spend your afternoon with us, only on A's Cast Live. Here's Chris Townsend.
Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to another edition of A's Cast Live from the ballpark in West Sacramento, as the A's are about to start a 3-game set against the Texas Rangers. An unbelievable show once again for you today. Zack Gelof had the big game on Wednesday. I wanted to talk to him after the game with Steve Sachs on the NBC postgame show, but they chose him to go with Jenny in Dallas, so I didn't get my chance to talk to Zack Gelof, so we're going to bring him on today.
Yeah, apparently he's on his way up.
Because I'm a big Zack Gelof fan.
We both are. I mean, he's a East Coast. He's actually from the East Coast. You say I'm from the Midwest. Gelof's actually from Delaware. That is on the Atlantic Ocean.
All right, Mark Kotsay is going to join us too. It's the Mark Kotsay Show, so we have a ton to get into. I came back to Sacramento last night. I went home, see my wife, pet the dog, sleep in my own bed. Came back late last night, woke up, got dressed, and then I'm coming down. Hold on. No, hold on.
All right, man.
People start getting into my elevator wearing costumes. Then I get down to the lobby, and everybody's wearing costumes. And then the streets are covered with people wearing costumes. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the you-know-what is going on around here? Because it's not Halloween. So we have the Japanese animation convention going on right now.
SacAnime. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. I don't pay attention to a lot of anime anymore.
Adults.
We need Ray here.
Adults in animation costumes roaming the streets of downtown Sacramento.
Should we save the award-winning footage that Nate Littlefield captured for us, or should we play it later?
I saw these people are all walking around, and I'm looking at, and I'm like, and I could just hear my mother. I could just hear my late mother in my head. You know what my late mother, Lynn, would have said? This is all a cry for help. I admit it. I'm jealous. I was like, what? You guys are spending huge money to come and stay where we're staying in downtown Sacramento and dress up as Japanese animation characters?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Comic-Con in San Francisco before.
I totally understand Comic-Con. Yeah. I grew up in San Diego. That's where the main Comic-Con.
The real Comic-Con.
I understand that. Japanese animation?
Well, I mean, one of our colleagues is a big Japanese animation fan.
Cry for help.
We'll play the video a little later.
I don't judge people. Whatever you're into is whatever you're into.
I agree. Yes.
But I was like, some of the stuff was like, wow.
Yeah. Nate captures some good footage for us.
The fact that Nate was there is a cry for help. I know you can't see this if you're listening on A's Cast or the A's Radio Network. We love all our friends. Talk 650 KSTE and also 95.5 KNEW FM, The Bull in HD. But if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Twitter, this is the official, yes, the first one ever, Road Trip Mike bobblehead. It's got the Ray Fosse, because Ray's our favorite player. Number 10 jersey. It's the Road Trip Mike bobblehead. We are the first to actually he doesn't even have one yet. He's giving me the first one. Road Trip Mike is going to go on the desk in our home studio, my home studio. He will be the first official non-player or non-personnel, because I got Bill Walsh on there. I got
we got Bill
San
King,
Jose. I got a San Jose State, Bill Walsh football. You think Zack Gelof is fired up for San Jose State opening up tonight? Big game, opening night, college football. No, we're not talking Virginia. Not talking about the Cavaliers. We're talking San Jose State football. All right, we'll get back into San Jose State football. We got a lot to get into. I was just a little upset because nobody, and I mean nobody, has had this guy's back more than me, and he has a big game on Wednesday, and I'm requesting him to come up right here after the game with the great Steve Sachs, and they go, nope, Gelof's going to Ginny in Dallas. I got big leagued.
That was not me. I had no idea. I feel like I'm far away. Can I move closer?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Like, come on over. Yeah, I was like, that's my guy. He got hot, had a big game. Let's get him up here. And they're like, nope, he's going to you went prime time. We're the secondary guys. We didn't get you.
That's crazy. I didn't even get an option, so I feel that's messed up.
When you hit that home run and the camera shows you coming around second base, and I know there was a pumped up, there was adrenaline. I think there was also like a little relief. What was the game like for you personally?
Yeah, it was a fun game. First pitch, got it out of the way. I think it just that day I just wasn't really worried about results. I mean, I was just trying to have fun playing. We're playing the best team in the AL, playoff atmosphere. I feel like we got some really good fans here. So, it was just one game, but try to just let it loose, be an athlete out there, and just have some fun.
You know what? We always think about that. See ball, hit ball, have fun, because it's tough because we're now in a game that's all about we have 8 million things to show you, and we have biomechanics, and we've got data. We got sometimes, go out and play and have a good time.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, but I'm going to try to keep doing that every day and just trying to have fun. Blessed to play this game. Met so many good people throughout it all, and we got a really fun team, so it should be pretty easy. Did
you feel you found a little something back down in Las Vegas this last time?
I think I learned a lot about myself. I wouldn't say like something clicked. I would just say that overall I got healthier. I was able to put in the amount of reps that I wanted to put in as far as in the cage and whatnot. And then mentally and physically just work my way back, trying to have fun, get back to the player that I know I am, and be confident in it.
All right, so they all wanted to show me your walk-off home run in Vegas.
Yeah.
And your celebration, and everybody thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I only had one thought.
The coolest part is probably the jerseys, I think.
I was like, what the hell is he wearing?
Yeah.
What was that?
So I think it was some sort of City Connect jerseys for Vegas, I guess, because there's always construction going on. So I think that was what happened there.
You didn't have sleeves on.
No sleeves. Yeah, it was funny. I think that was the most amount of people we've had in the weight room all year. So that was a fun game.
Oh yeah, you get curls for the girls. You had to get pumped up for the fans.
Oh yeah, we had a curl bar out there. Try to get ripped. I think there's pictures of that too. Me and Cooper Bowman doing it.
I was rolling. I'm like, what is he wearing? I know it's like a big deal. You're fired up, but I'm like, what the heck is he wearing?
I know the amount of people that reached out to me about that. They're like, well, it's so sick. Like, what's up with those jerseys though? And I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, that's what we were wearing that day, and I'm not going to wear undershirts. Like, yeah, we got to let it loose.
Are you excited about all the talent, the young talent that's with you here in Sacramento?
Yeah, super excited. I mean, we're really good. I think it's shown the past however many weeks, months, whatever it is, but we've been playing really good ball, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Well, when you go back and we first started having you on the show, it was like, well, there's you and there's guys coming. We didn't know who they were because you were really the first one. It's nice to see when you look out and you see Wilson, you see Kurtz, and you see Lawrence Butler. Muncy will be back, and Denzel Clark. Tyler Soderstrom is having such a special year. So talk about this young crew, what it's like there in the clubhouse.
Yeah, and there's countless other guys too in the minor leagues. I think missed maybe like Darryl in there too. He's putting up really good numbers too. So yeah, it's fun. We're all around the same age. We got the hunger, I think, to win in this league. And I think that kind of starts with the manager too, Kotsay being that hungry guy as a player, and then also a manager of trying to be, the underdogs and trying to just keep getting better every day and having a lot of fun.
And another guy that I love, and we talk about him all the time because we've known him since he basically just had finished high school. He was a second-round pick out of Palo Alto High School down the street. So we got a lot of chance to watch him grow. People need to learn there's a beast coming, Henry Bolte.
Dude, that kid, first off, he's funny, but I love the way he plays the game. Like, seriously, so he'll pop up or roll over and get pissed, and that's not the impressive part. The impressive part is he throws his bat down and he sprints his tail off to first base, and it's every single time. Like, he's going to break baseball savant when he comes up here, because every single time he runs home to first, it's 30.5, 30.9, like 31, whatever it is, miles. It's not miles per hour, meters per second. Is that the measurement they use for baseball?
What is it what they use for savant? I got a crack staff over here. We'll see how fast they are.
Whatever it is, like he's so fast and he's got so much power right center that I hope he stays with that approach of going right center, because he'll hit balls, I mean, behind the plate basically, and hit him like 108, 110 to the right fielder. So it's really cool.
It's feet per second.
Feet per second. Yeah. Meters
and
per
the
second.
other thing that's crazy about him, he's built like an NFL strong safety, and he looks like he's 10 years old.
Yeah. And the other thing too is he didn't know how hard he threw it. He's got a really good arm, and he's like, I've never really like let it go and been clocked. He did it in my last week in Albuquerque. He just had off his back leg and just threw it home. It was 100.7 or something. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing, man? Like, it was a bullet too. Like, it was right to his chest. But yeah, he's really good, along with some really other guys that are really talented. So it's a fun to be part. Yeah, to be a part of it. It's really cool.
All right, this is something I'm talking about for these last 27 games, because obviously team got out to a pretty decent start, and then it failed in May. This group of players has to learn to play with expectations, right? This whole thing about having rough starts, then playing well in the second half, that's great, but it's never going to get you in the postseason. You've got to learn to play when you're expected to play well and win. Have you ever felt that? Does that make sense? What I'm talking last 27 games, people think this could be a really good team. Talk about how, need to learn how to start winning. We need to learn how to win and beat good teams, and especially beat the teams we should beat.
Yeah, I can't really speak for as far as like MLB experience. I know we're trying to win every day, but I mean, growing up in high school, the expectations weren't really there. And then my freshman year, we get there, it's state championship, first time ever. And that's the expectation throughout my high school career. And then I go to UVA, and it's winning a College World Series in 2015. And that's the expectation every year. And it's tough, but that's the way it should be. As a winner, you just want to be having high expectations every single day and living up to them as a team. So, yeah, I mean, that's something that, we're going to think about next year. But for right now, we got to, focus on this game tonight, and then, the rest of the year finishing out strong.
How are your boys going to do in the ACC this year?
I don't know. It's basically like a few returning guys, and then it's the whole like Duke transfer portal, because that's where our head coach, Towny, or I forget what his name is, but it's the head coach from Duke, came over to UVA.
So you brought all the Duke guys?
Yeah, because every single person I know and all the coaching staff went from UVA to Mississippi State. So yeah, it's gonna be different this year.
It is amazing. I played college baseball in the early 90s. You played not that long ago. It's completely changed for both of us. Like the whole game is like completely different. Like, how's the Cavaliers going to be in football?
I don't know. I feel like you got to have low expectations for that program. But I think
smart kids can't play football.
It's tough because they're in a spot where it's a really good school, and I think the facilities have gotten better. I think all of it's basically NIL now, so it really all depends on that. And
it's free agency.
It's free agent. It's pro ball. It's very similar to the game we play right now. And it's crazy. And I really, that's the reason I don't blame Coach O'Connor going to Mississippi State. I mean, the facilities and the funding and everything is going to be set up really good for him and his family. And
but their campus isn't as nice as your campus.
No.
One of the great campuses in our country.
Yeah, I guess Rooker and JT would probably have to disagree with that, but I loved my time at UVA, and the campus is awesome.
Oh, no doubt. It's absolutely beautiful. All right. Health is the number one thing, my friend. Got to get you healthy 100%, mind and body.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of good, the last 2 years have been rough.
Oh, yeah.
But next year we got to let the beast out of the cage next year.
Yep.
And I look forward to it.
Yeah, sounds good.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
You're good to go. Thank
Awesome.
you. Zack Gelof right here on A's Cast Live. Big year next year. Next 20, but you got 27 games to get it going again, and we can't wait to see. Talking about that, quick little thing on the Texas Rangers. This is really, when you talk about winning with expectations, this is a huge series. And why is it a huge series? Because this is like a season-defining road trip starting with the Athletics here for the Texas Rangers. They've won 5 of 6. They got shut out in their first game at Anaheim. Then they scored like 7 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, they put up a 20 spot on the Halos. They're right in this thing. They're 68 and 67. They're 6.5 back in the West. Probably not going to make that, but they're 4.5 games back in the wild card. They're still in it. So Hot Take Tuesday, if you listen to it or watch it, I said this is when we knock their ass out of the postseason this weekend with a sweep. This is a season defining. I didn't say it. I was doing my research for the series, looking at Ranger people. They're calling it a season defining trip to the West Coast. You've got Nathan Eovaldi. He's got the rotator cuff strain, out for the season. Corey Seager had appendicitis, so he just had an appendectomy. I had that when I was a kid. Brutal. He's gone. He's gone. You just don't cut the appendix out, cut open, and then be like, hey, I'm back in a week.
Well, I heard Farron and Duke say this morning that Matt Holliday was back in like 9 days. I don't think Seager will be back.
Well, it depends. Mine burst, so it just all depends, but I will see, because they went in lasers, and he was back in 9 days.
That's what they said. Yeah, he was back in like 9 days. I don't think Seager will be back in 9 days.
Or whatever.
Who knows?
Marcus, but he's not going to be here this weekend.
Yeah, no.
Marcus Semien, his left foot, he's got a broken bone and a sprained ligament. We'll see DeGrom in this series. Remember, they just held him out from a start because of a shoulder tiredness. He hasn't won since July 22nd. So they're a team. This is a chance. They've won 5 of 6. A's have the best record, last 31 games in the American League. They're 21-10. You talk about playing with expectations. Well, here you go. You just swept the best team in the American League. Now a sweep, it's tough to call for a sweep, but they need to win 2 out of 3 in this series.
Yeah, I mean, the way the team's been playing and the way that the offense has been going, and what we saw from Luis Morales on Tuesday was awesome. Like, to continue that going, get to Jeffrey Springs tonight. But yeah, I'm with you. If you can win 2 out of 3, you're really putting Texas in a really awkward spot in the wild card standings, because without a lot of those guys, now not having Seager, he was having a decent year. I mean, he's not having the year that you would think, but he's still having a pretty good year. And now him out of the lineup with everyone else, it's going to be difficult. But who do they play after this? Because if they're saying it's a season-defining West Coast trip.
Well, Mike, look it up. That's a play on Major League, on Major League, the movie.
They will
when the owner says, half these guys are dead, or whatever.
This guy here is dead.
Well,
cross him off then.
Cross him off. Well, then look it up. Who do they play after this?
They will be in the Valley of the Sun against the Arizona
playing the
Diamondbacks.
Sun Devils?
Well, it is the Valley of the Sun Devils, but
yes, you're Forkum. They're playing
big game against Northern Arizona.
Will Arizona repeat the year that they had in the Big 12?
Arizona or Arizona State?
Arizona State. We know Arizona stinks.
Well, only I know.
Only shots at Brent Brennan.
Yeah, U of A stinks.
I saw something that I guess only one Big 12 team has ever repeated in football as conference champions. So I don't know who it is.
Really?
But that's
probably the K-State or so. Since they went to the Big 12, it'd either be Oklahoma or Kansas State.
Right. And by the way, here's your.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
It's one of the great lines.
But yes, they're playing the Diamondbacks for 3-game set.
You got to go back and watch Bull Durham and watch Major League. You forget the brilliance of those movies. This guy here is dead. They're trying to build a team. Well, then cross him off.
Then. Half these guys. Never heard of half these guys.
Yeah, Jake
Taylor.
Jake Taylor is in the Mexican leagues.
Taylor, what's the line?
How's your wife and my kids?
Yeah.
No,
I never heard of half of these guys.
So it's a big series. So you know what? Expectations. And the thing that we're starting today, Nick Kurtz needs to be, when we do the NBA, the All-MLB team. Nick Kurtz needs to be the first All-MLB. There's not a first baseman that's having a better year than Nick Kurtz in all Major League Baseball. Why? Because the numbers tell you. That's how dominant Nick Kurtz has been.
Here, I have I have the graphic.
Look at the
right
list. Look at the list. Look at the OPS. Nick, these guys got more games. You have Freddie Freeman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bryce Harper, Matt Olson. They all played more games than Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz has a 1,035 OPS. The next closest guy is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at 876. I'm not a math major, but 1,035 is a lot higher than 876.
Yeah, I mean, and then you look at the WAR. He's beating everyone at WAR. The one guy that's not on here that has more home runs.
WAR is a metric that is about putting as much math as you possibly can.
Correct.
Freddie Freeman's got 120 games. Vladimir Guerrero's got 128. Matt Olson has 134. Those are games played. Bryce Harper's 106. So they all have played more than Nick Kurtz's 93 games. And yet Nick Kurtz by far has a better WAR than all of those guys in less games. So he has more math, more productivity in less games than anybody else playing first base in the game of baseball. It's crazy.
There's only 3 guys that have more home runs than Nick Kurtz, and he's played far less games. The 3 guys are Pete Alonso, the Pasquats, Vinny Pasquantino, and Spencer Torkelson of the Tigers, who we just saw. They each have 28, and then Pete Alonso has 30. No, then Nick Kurtz has 27, and then it goes on for there. Michael Busch from the Cubs.
It will be a crime if he is not first team All-MLB first base.
I agree. I think he has a really good case for it. I mean, everything he's done, the defense, the 4-homer game, everything. I mean, the kid's incredible, and he's only played 93 games. He just keeps getting better. And his home runs aren't all pull home runs, pull side either. He's hitting a lot of opposite field home runs. He makes it look easy. And that's what's been impressive about him, too. The balls he's hitting out to left field here and other ballparks.
In Houston, everywhere. I mean,
here, I think I have the.
What's the thing you've been hearing people say? Oh, it looks like when he hits the ball out to left field, it looks like a right-hander hit it.
Here's.
I don't know if I totally buy that, but.
Here's one of the home runs in Houston. The fourth, that was the fourth home run he hit.
He has incredible ability to use his lower half. He's a big man, and his lower half. The lower half fires, as you'll see right here. The lower half, and I know you can't see it on radio or A's Cast. I get it. I wish you could. The lower half fires, and then the upper body follows. And basically, and you see great defensive plays, basically, the way he uses the ground and his lower half for power, right? He gets his power from the ground up. It's why he's able to launch these balls
Here's a
to
walk-off
center
versus Hader.
field, to left center. I love how we're doing this now with these highlights. Once again, we apologize to everybody listening. I wish you could see it, but we now have the ability while we're doing the show to have highlights and B-roll. B-roll is basically video of what the players are doing, why we talk about it. We're stepping our game up, as they like to say.
And I like editing these clips together. I have fun doing it, so I'm glad we're able.
Yeah,
to
you're doing a
integrate.
great job. Is Delaire watching you do this? Is our boss have any clue what your extra you're doing for this show? Get management to wake up so they can see what's going on around here. There's 20. We're still bringing it with 20. We're not mailing in these last 27 games.
Yeah. I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying to get us to a post. We're only 9.5 out of the walk. I'm trying to get us to the postseason here.
Mark Kotsay is going to joke about going 27-0 here.
That's correct. He did. I was here.
We go 27-0. We'll be in the postseason.
Because Johnny.
As you know, if you go 27-0, you'll be in the postseason.
Speaking of Kotsay, I do have something we can play that people might not have seen. Kotsay stepped in the cage and he took some swings against Sevy the other day.
Well, let's see the skipper. What I feel bad is that the only footage that we have is he actually put some balls in play against Severino.
True. I think I have that one too. But
so that's actually one of the notes today is that Severino's going to throw a bullpen, and if everything goes well, he's going to start in St. Louis. Is the bullpen Kyle tomorrow? Severino? So Severino will throw a bullpen tomorrow. If everything goes well, he's not going down to AAA. He's going to start in St. Louis. Mason Barnett's going to start tomorrow. So for the A's, it's going to be Springs, Barnett, and Ginn for this series.
Yeah, I'm excited for Barnett. I actually got a chance to meet him and his family at the hotel the other night.
Where at the hotel?
At the bar. we're myself and Justin Marshall and Melissa
Sitting there
Guzman
drinking your life away. Hey, Mason, how are you? I'm Cody here.
Actually, he walked up to Melissa because she handles all the families, and
yeah,
he came up to her. Then
wow.
And then of course Justin was there, and Justin and I had a few beers. Ray was there. Even Ray got to meet him.
So after you guys were throwing him down, how is Mason Barnett?
Nice kid. We didn't talk very long. He wanted to get out of there. I don't blame him. It was late. It was like 11 or so. So it was nice. I'm glad we got to meet him. I've been wanting to see him pitch because talking with Fran about him. So getting to see him pitch tomorrow is gonna be great. One of the guys from the Lucas Erceg trade.
Nick Kurtz better be first team All-MLB first base. No one's having the year he's having.
I mean, he has
we still got 27. He can still pad. He's going to get over 100 games played, and he can pad his stats. He's leading off again tonight, right?
Correct.
Yeah. He can pad his stats even more than these guys.
Wasn't there a number in the notes about how we're like 7-3 when he leads off or something?
I haven't seen the game notes yet.
Kurtz is he's been everyday leadoff since August 17th. The A's are 7-3 with Kurtz in the leadoff spot, and they're averaging 5.3 runs per game in that span.
Team's fun to watch right now. There's no question about it.
Yeah, two of the best leadoff hitters watching baseball. Him and
Tyler Soderstrom,
and we can watch this before we go to break. Another guy did something pretty special last night.
That one's drilled deep to right field. He has done it. 4 home runs in a game. A 3-run home run.
Man, you got to get a curtain call. Weston, you got to step out.
Yeah, 21st player all time in baseball history to have 4 home runs in the game. He's the 4th Philly to do it, and the first since Mike Schmidt in 1976. Get him up there.
That's Kyle Schwarber, 21st player to hit 4 home runs.
Where were you in 1976?
Well, first, thanks to NBC Sports Philadelphia, Tom McCarthy on the call.
We're streaming. We don't have to.
Yeah. I wasn't alive yet. I wasn't born
that
for
was
another
the
12
wind
years.
Was blowing out at Wrigley Field, and Michael Jack Schmidt, the Hall of Famer.
This guy is smoking hot right now.
Only 21 guys. We've had 3 guys do it this year. Eugenio Suarez, Nick Kurtz, and Schwarber. Only 21 times that this has happened. I mean, when you think of the feat, 4 home runs in a game, I mean, it is truly one of the great feats that we've ever seen in baseball.
Yeah, it's been great. And to see that has
only
happened
21 times. There's been more perfect games.
Yeah, before this, it was like what it has happened since JD Martinez did it years ago. That was the last time it happened. It was like 2017.
And Schwarber and Kurtz both had a chance to make it 5.
Yeah.
And Kurtz missed 5 by just a couple feet.
Yeah.
Amazing. Nick Kurtz, you're hearing it here first. We're starting the campaign. He's going to be Rookie of the Year. That's no brainer. He needs to be first team All-MLB first base. He's the best first baseman going. And the numbers show it. Coming up next, another great. He's sitting over here to the right. He's going to be on NBC tonight with myself and Steve Sachs. Our old buddy Tony Kemp is in town. He'll join us next right here on A's Cast Live.
A's left fielder Tyler Soderstrom joined Towny on A's Cast Live and talked about moving from the infield to playing left field.
Yeah, the comfortability's there for sure. There's still things that I didn't get to learn in the minor leagues that I kind of got to learn. There's been some tough scenarios that it's just going to happen, not playing the position before. So some of those moments have happened, but it's fine. That was part of it, what Kotsay told me. I'm going to learn out there at some time. So, but overall, just the natural baseball part of it has been fine.
Yeah, because you came up a catcher.
Yeah.
Now you're out in left field.
Yep.
Do you ever miss being in the infield?
I don't know. I kind of like it out there.
Yeah.
It's been fun. So I've enjoyed my time in left for sure.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast.
When it comes to knocking it out of the park, nobody beats Folsom Lake Ford. Folsom Lake Ford is a 7-time Triple Crown Award winner, Ford Motor Company's highest honor for being the best in customer satisfaction in sales, service, and finance. Step up to the plate for our biggest selection of new Ford models, including the legendary F-150, on sale now. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters in the Folsom Auto Mall. FolsomLakeFord.com.
That ball is out of here.
Shea Langoliers joined Chris Townsend on A's Cast Live in West Sacramento to talk about stepping up and becoming a leader for the A's.
Maybe towards the end of last year, the end of 2024.
Yeah, it's something that just kind of happens. Like all of a sudden, guys start asking you stuff. You used to ask those questions. Now those questions are being asked to you, and it's kind of something that just gradually happens, and all of a sudden you're kind of a guy people look up to, and I really noticed that. And you know, we understand when we have players in this situation, and like where you are right now, and the younger guys come up and they start bringing up your name, I start realizing, okay, we're starting to see that transition. Tell us what that's like. It's got to be a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. Like you said, it's the questions I was asking when I first came up, and the questions that I'm getting from the younger guys now. And I'm not one to claim to know all the answers and have all the answers. Just be as honest as I can with them, what my experiences were, what I went through, what I thought helped me. And like I said before, everybody's different. Everybody's going to have, a different answer to what their question is. And I just, go off my experience, what I felt made me better, and then they adjust with that.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/AceCast.
Streaming from West Sacramento, A's Cast Live continues with Chris Townsend.
It's outstanding to have Tony Kemp back with us here on A's Cast Live. He's going to be our partner on A's Cast on NBC Sports California for the next couple of days. And then you are on the trip to St. Louis when the Athletics are taking on the Cardinals. Going to be doing radio with Johnny D. You got to be fired up.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's like when I played, it's almost like, hey, versatility, multiple roles. What can he do? So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm Tony Kemp, and I can do anything on the field. It's like it's what we got doing. But, radio's going to be fun because now you got more time. In TV, it's got to be quick. It's got to be concise. With radio, kind of, as they say, let your hair down, start telling some stories, have some fun. Games are a little long, and you can just go.
Yeah, I think it was cool. Johnny D texted me. He's been excited to get things going in the radio booth. So, I think it's been cool. I'm super fortunate that the A's have given me this opportunity to go and be with you and learn under you, and then be able to go to the radio and then go be with Dallas and Chris and Jenny and all those guys. So to be able to see this side of the production has been awesome to do.
Well, if you didn't see it, we have the clip from my last interview with Tony at spring training where I said, hey, you're going to do TV someday. You're going to do this. And obviously I saw it then. I still see it now. And what's so interesting is not many guys are just fresh out of the clubhouse, fresh out of the fire. You were just in this. You were just battling. And so your perspective, what is it like? Because all the analytics, all the data, all these coaches, they all coached you. What's it like to go from being on the field now and from being up in the booth, being here? It's a big change, but everything that they're doing down there.
Yeah, so it's a different perspective, but also understanding what it takes to be in a full season, what that feels like on the body, the adrenaline, but also if you just take the physical part out of it, talk about what the guys go through from a mental standpoint, from an emotional standpoint. It's a tough season, and sometimes we're not even talking about things that are on the field. Things can be going on with family members or pets or so many other different factors or
grandparents.
Parents, and you're expected to go out there and perform. And that's kind of, I always joked with my family members about having, two sides of my brain. I would be able to talk to you, but I was also getting ready for the game in my head already. And so I know what these guys are going through. And I think that it's always a testament to what it's like to get through a full season, especially healthy. And, especially what this young core is doing right now, we'll get into that. But I think it's been special to be able to be up here and understand and know what those guys go through, but also what you guys go through. You guys are on a grueling schedule too, and you guys have to be up here and talk about these guys every day from a positive standpoint too. So it's been cool to see both sides.
Did you ever have one of your kids during the season?
Yes. So I had Naomi in August 10th of 2023.
I've always wondered, man, your wife's at home. It's near the end of the pregnancy. she's done with it. Like, I'm ready for this thing to go. You're out on the road. So when you're talking about, hey, you're 0 for 4 last night, but your wife's about to give birth and there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is we were actually moving into a new house. So it's moving into a new house. We needed some more space. She's pregnant with our second. And then we are going through some renovations too in the new house. So there's a lot of moving parts, and to be able to be doing a full season while that's going on too. And, I wouldn't trade it for anything, but yeah, those are the factors that go into play, especially, you have to shut that outside noise out and concentrate for 3 hours when you go out on the field. So it's a tough thing to do.
Mark Kotsay brought it up earlier with us, and you're a great guy to talk about this because you were a college guy. College guys and high school guys are different because, especially now, we're rushing these guys. I want to say rushing. They've earned the right. Guys are not staying in the minor leagues that long, the college guys. Minor league guys out of high school, they're going to play a couple full minor league seasons. So when you look at like Tyler Soderstrom or Lawrence Butler, they've kind of been through a little bit of a gauntlet. But then you take somebody like Nick Kurtz or Jacob Wilson, man, you come out of college, before you know it, you're in the big leagues. This is the most games you've ever played, under the most pressure, the biggest spotlight. Talk about that, because it takes a couple of years to get used to that full, as they say, grind of a full major league season.
Yeah, I think when you get drafted out of college, it's more of an expectation that he's a little bit more polished. He knows the game a little bit more. He's had at least 3 to 4 years of college coaching and instruction. So once those guys get drafted, they're kind of thrust into a little bit more of a fast track if you were drafted in the earlier rounds, I feel like. So I always would praise the guys who got drafted out of high school and had a successful career in the big leagues, because to be able to go from a 17, 18-year-old kid to get thrust into the minor leagues when you're staying at these very bad hotels and the travel's tough and you're not getting the best meals, that's the true grind of being able to get to the big leagues. But when you come from college, you have a little bit nicer things. So let's take, for example, Kurtz. Went to Wake Forest, but understands what it's like to go through a college season. And then when he gets to the minor leagues, obviously he had a lot of success. And so what we talked about, let's see if you're David Forrest or you're in the front office, hey, let's see what our return on investment is on this guy. Let's shoot him up and see what he's got. And now he's the front runner to be the AL Rookie of the Year.
That ACC/SEC/Big Ten, back in the day, Pac-12, the Big 12 money that comes from football and basketball that filters down.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit better than what you got in the minor leagues.
Yeah, so it's cool to see what, these guys that have come from college been able to throw themselves into the gauntlet and into the fire. And it's a testament to how hard they've been working, because the pitching is the best it's been, and hitting's always been hard. So it's cool to see the young core.
I've been talking a lot about playing with expectations. We're going to address it later on here on NBC Sports California. We went and get into the A's Cast pregame show. And this team, they told us they believed coming out of spring training. All right, let's see it. They had expectations. They got out to a 20-16 start, and then it all fell apart. We saw a little bit last year. Also in May was a struggle. So there is something about learning how to play when the expectations, not only from inside the clubhouse, but from outside the clubhouse, people expect you to win. This team right now has the best record as we tape this in the American League. The last 31 games are 21-10. There's starting to be expectations, not only inside, but definitely from the outside.
Yeah.
What would you say about learning how to play with expectations, like when you're with the Astros and we're expected to win?
Yeah.
What is that like?
So I think when I was with the Astros and you have that expectation that you're going to be at the top of the division every year, you do hold yourself to a higher standard, and you do expect games to go in your way most of the time. And I think what you're seeing with the A's now and the young core that's out there now is more confidence coming out and seeing who this core is. Who are we? What's our identity? What is the culture going to be? What is the clubhouse going to look like? And that's why when they went through that tough stretch in May, they were able to put that behind themselves. But now when you have the expectation of, no, we can actually be a good ball club. We can actually go out there and win games. We can win series in a row. We can go on the road. It doesn't matter we're going to take some series. I think now the expectation put on themselves, it might only come from the outside. Those guys in there are dogs. They're big leaguers. They're in the 1% of what this sport has to provide. So going into that, knowing that we can go in there and win ball games, I think it just gives you a sense of reality of let's be better every time we go out there. Let's put the bad stuff in the rear view and let's keep looking forward.
All right, when you're not here with us doing a great job, whether it's on A's Cast or it's on the television broadcast, we know you still got the +1 effect. You still got what you're doing away from the field. How are those things going now that you've retired?
Yeah, I think it's been cool because some of it's actually picked up. I just recently had a charity softball game actually at Hawkins Field in Nashville. One of my
That's awesome.
Yeah, one of my former friends, Jordan Matthews, actually played 9 years in the NFL as well. He wanted to do a charity event, and so the +1 effect came out talking about race in America, what was going on with the whole George Floyd matter. So it's been good to be able to answer questions on social media just about someone else's perspective of how they grew up. Everybody grew up in a different lens of what life looks like, and being able to just talk to people and say, yeah, I might be a Major League Baseball player, but I'm also a human being as well, has been cool. So to be able to have those things and look back, and whenever you have things that happen in America or around the world, and I know when my kids grow up, hey, what did you do during that time that, America might have felt divided? Well, hey, we started the +1 effect. We try to get conversations going about having a positive conversation with race, with other people, to see a different perspective of someone else's life. So, yeah, I'm super proud of all those things.
And now that you're not playing, when you talk about your whole life as a baseball player, it's train, get ready, then it's the season. Now you can put even more time into it and mold it more into your own more than ever before.
Yeah, so the main thing when we started the +1 effect, we didn't want it just to be like a hot topic. We wanted it to be something that was continued throughout the years. And so the George Floyd incident, unfortunately, that was what, five years ago during COVID. So to be able to still have the +1 effect going and still being able to have charitable contributions toward the initiative is it's awesome.
I like how you put that, because when something like that unfortunately happens in our country, everybody wants to jump to it, benefit off of it, and then things go away.
And it falls to the wayside.
Yeah, you're like, no, we're going to keep growing it. Yeah. There's a story, there's education, there's a lot to learn. We're going to continue that. We're going to continue the growth and education. I love how you're doing that.
Yeah, so a lot of credit to my wife. Shout out to Michelle for really spearheading this thing behind the scenes and going and talking to a bunch of people and helping us with all the initiatives that have moved forward in it as well. So, something I'm very proud of.
You're making the world a better place.
Trying to.
We all need to get along. We all need to have respect for each other, love each other, and you're making the world a better place.
We're trying to. When you're raising kids and you know what it's like, hey, let's treat everybody how we want to be treated. That's
it changes, right? Because all of a sudden it's not about me, and you won't be here forever, right? We can take care of our kids and protect our kids for only so long, and you want to make sure the world's better for when you're not here, and then they're having their time to be adults and they have kids.
Yeah, and you want to put bubble wrap around your kids at a certain point, and I think now, more than ever, once they start to get more autonomy over their body and they're understanding, more and more how the world works and how sometimes it's not all sunshine and rainbows out there, and you have to, reality of life and tell them sometimes really what's going on. I know my kids are only 3 and 2 now, but later on in life, we're going to have those conversations. But it's just like when I was playing baseball, it's like, hey, I just want to leave the game better, leave it better than what I left it. What's the saying? Leave it better than you found it. There you go.
Bingo. Nashville. We'll end on this. We went to Nashville 2 years ago for the winter meetings, and it was like, wow. As advertised, as everybody said, my wife, who's a huge country music fan, and all of her girlfriends are all turning 50, I was like, you got to go to Nashville. You'll love. Nashville, Nash Vegas, whatever. It's the real deal.
Hey, I'm biased to another team, expansion team, getting out there just so it'd be close to home, and
it's a no-brainer.
I think so, right?
The NFL's there, the NHL's there. It's a no. The amount of people. Just like how we talk about the amount of people go to Vegas, the amount of people going to Nashville, and the population there would support it. It supports if you can support the NFL. It's a no-brainer to have a team in Nashville.
I'm glad you feel that way. See, I'm biased because I'm from there.
No. When we were all there,
yeah,
and because I know Dave Stewart was a part of that group at one point, we were all there, and we're like, how do they not have a team here?
Yeah, soon. I think soon.
I hope.
Especially being a central hub and flying in, flying out. You can't get more of a central place in America.
Well, we need to get the Rays away from the Yankees and the Red Sox. Like, if you add a team, like all of a sudden, because we're going to realign.
Have you seen all that?
Sorry, you traditionalists. Yeah. I hate it. Let's like the Rangers being our division's a joke. The Astros shouldn't be in our. So all of a sudden, by putting a team in Nashville, that connects you to Atlanta, connects you to Tampa, connect to Miami. You can connect with the 2 Texas teams. I mean, we do need to realign.
Yeah, I think in terms of having some teams who, like the A's, travel from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast and all that, I think you could have a better aligned schedule in terms of travel, what guys' bodies are going through. I think there's a lot of positives to a team coming to Nashville.
3 days with us on A's Cast, and then starting on Monday, make sure you tune into A's Cast and the A's Radio Network for you and Johnny D on the call on this road trip. I'm excited. Do well, my friend. Have fun with radio.
I appreciate it. You're the man.
Time now for the Mark Kotsay Show, brought to you by Folsom Lake Ford. Right now, the Athletics, last 31 games, have the best record in the American League. How are things feeling for you in the clubhouse right now?
Clubhouse is great. There's a lot of energy in there. Guys are excited. Guys are strolling in today after the off day. The off day, obviously, you can look at it 2 ways. It came at a good time or it can come at a bad time. And, we had a lot of momentum. We were playing really good baseball. So hopefully we pick things up right where we left off.
I'm going to say a bad time because when I was leaving doing all the callers on Wednesday, like everybody's jacked up, the team's playing well. And that's like you want to keep playing when you're playing well.
Yeah, you do. You really do, But, again, this part of the season is a grind. It's August 29th today, I think. And, we've been playing for a long time. And so it's beneficial for these guys to get that day off. You've seen me, give Kurtz a day, even though I pinch hit him late. Lang's getting a day here and there. One guy that we could talk about that really hasn't had a day is Tyler Soderstrom, which we can get into him. But, those off days are good. They let guys kind of decompress, get away from the game a little bit, wash your car, did you get your car washed yesterday or what'd you do? Play golf?
I played golf.
Oh,
I was busy.
No hole in one this time, though.
No, 3 birdies, but no hole in one. But thanks for asking.
I flew home to San Diego. I had a 6:30 a.m. flight. Yep. And
it's called love, Kotz.
Yeah.
You love your wife.
Well, I was looking forward to San Diego weather, and the Sacramento weather is way better. I love to be warm.
Is it
San
still
Diego
June?
was raining yesterday. No, it was raining. It was like a
raining?
tropical storm coming up from Mexico. So we had rain until like 3:30, but then the clouds broke, and I got an amazing sunset. Like the ball of fire on the water yesterday was unreal. It was epic, and I got to see it with my best friend Trevor Hoffman. His wife and him came over for dinner, and it was a great night.
All right, nice drop there, Hall of Famer Trevor Hoffman. Before I want to get back to the days off for the younger players, because I think it's interesting when looking at their history leading into that. But the Sacramento weather. Everybody was in a full-on panic last year when they heard about, it's going to be 180 degrees. The weather here, speaking of like Southern California, the weather here has been warm, but it hasn't been too hot. It's been beautiful.
Yeah, we're going to get some weather. We're going to get 99 tomorrow, I think, and the day game on Sunday will be in the upper 90s again. But we have escaped the weather. We've escaped the weather everywhere, really. We've been on the East Coast, and to my recollection, we haven't had a game where it's been 90 degrees and 80% humidity, which you can run into all over the Midwest and East Coast.
Rain delays.
Yeah, we've gotten really fortunate this year. But, we did take into consideration the game times, for SAC this year and how the weather was last year. But we've really had a nice summer here, and I'd take warm over cold anytime.
No doubt. I always talk about, where I grew up in San Diego, inland, old Jack Murphy Stadium was not close to the water. This weather, very, very, very similar. Back to the days off, by the way. So it's so interesting you mentioned Tyler Soderstrom versus somebody like Nick Kurtz, because Tyler Soderstrom, drafted out of high school, is used to playing a full minor league system to, schedule, versus Nick Kurtz, who last year was in college playing far less games at Wake Forest. Like, how much do you guys take that into consideration, their history of how many games they've played before?
No, they'll talk about it. They'll tell you, actually. Kurtz will say, I'm, this is a grind, and it is. There's no question about it. I mean, Wilson's the same way. Wilson had a very small window in the minor leagues. I mean, if you look back at the history of players, generally they go through a full season in the minor leagues. And that gives them some awareness of what to expect and how your body's going to feel, and how to play at 80% versus 100% every day. And so those are all things that these guys are learning this year. But again, Sodi, Butler, those guys have played minor league seasons where there's a 140 game schedule and they play every day. And obviously now the adjustments in the minor leagues, they only play 6 games a week. They get every Monday off. So it's a little bit different because we don't get that luxury here. You play 16 in a row, have a day off, play 16 in a row, which we did this year. And so, it's all a learning curve.
17 years in the big leagues. When did you get used to that? When did you get used to the full major league season, used to the grind, taking care of the body on and off the field, taking care of business on and off the field?
I think year 2. I think year 1, I really hit a wall in August. I lost about 18 pounds that year. I was obviously playing with the Florida Marlins, where the heat and humidity is extreme. It's nothing compared to here.
No.
It's 10 times worse. And, again, you learn how to maintain weight. You learn how to, eat, sleep, recover. It takes a full season to learn those things.
All right, your bullpen, the rankings since June 24th in the American League, it's like number 1 in everything. Obviously, bullpen got out to a good start.
When you do that, right?
You what?
Yeah, I hate it when you brag and bring up stats.
Why do you hate that?
Because the last time we talked about something positive and the negative happened that night.
Your bullpen's been terrible since June 24th, Mark Kotsay. How do you address that?
You just continue to move the needle forward there. Thanks, Towny.
Knock on wood.
Yes.
But it's true. They've been lights out. They've been lights out.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. Each guy that's come in has really pitched, their portion of the game, whatever portion that is, very well. There's a lot of confidence. They're feeding off each other. The culture is great down there. Obviously we lost our closer, a guy that was the, back end of that bullpen and one of the leaders down there. And when that took place, they all kind of came together and said, hey, well, we just got to go get outs. We'll fill the role. We'll get the job done. And they have.
How do you manage it? Do you just as the game goes on or before the game, do you have an idea of who you want to close that night? How do you manage that into the game?
Yeah, I don't necessarily pick a closer before the game. I look at the game and try to break it down. You'd like to get your starter through 6 innings. Generally that, is difficult, but you look at the lineup where you fall, the best matchups per se, whether that's handedness or whether that's, data statistically driven. And so you make a game plan before the game. You don't script it, but you have a semi-script in your head of how you want to lay it out. The 21st out to the 27th out generally falls in or around the 2-hitter to the 5-hitter, and those are the important outs. And so we've kind of looked at that and said, okay, what's our best way to get through this inning to give ourselves the best chance to win games, and we're kind of doing that right now.
Do you think it's easier now to be able to have you can't script a game but have the really good idea, because teams have so many guys in the bullpen, they don't have very many bench players. So obviously there's going to be a backup catcher, then there's kind of like 3 guys there. The benches are smaller, so is that easier to kind of navigate, knowing, okay, these are the kind of moves the other team could make against you?
Well, I mean, yes, but no. I mean, you look at the Tiger series, and they were going to get their matchup no matter what we did. And so when you make a decision to bring a left-hander in against a left-handed bat that is going to get pinch hit for, you also have to look at who's on the bench. You got to evaluate that matchup before you bring that lefty in to make sure that, like for Newcomb, he's a 51% ground ball guy against right-handed hitters. Okay, so does that hitter that's coming in hit the ball on the ground? Like, there's all those variables that you're looking at prior to making those moves and before the game. We do have a meeting in there I talk to the pitching coaches. I talk to Darren Bush, my bench coach. We look at the workload sheet. We're trying to use guys that are rested, generally that have 2 days off, but some guys, like you saw Sterner throw back-to-back, on Wednesday. So you're just looking at a lot of factors with the bullpen, trying to make sure you're giving the best chance for success.
Luis Morales, I was so impressed with that start in Seattle in front of about 37,000. And then what he came back and did here at the ballpark in West Sacramento, he's super athletic. I mean, he looks like he could play shortstop, center field. The arm is just, he's got the deception. He puts it way behind him, then he's slinging it. It's 99, 98. Such great feel on the sweeper and the change. You just look at his age and you just go, wow. I mean, just what you have seen, how special can this kid be?
I think he can be really special. When we saw him pitch for us in spring training, and I believe it was only 1 inning, but it was pretty electric. And Scott Emerson and myself were really excited about him. We've followed him throughout his process this year from start to now. And we do feel like we're fine-tuning some things with his mechanics, and it's helping him, get the baseball in the zone more consistently than he had in minor leagues. And it's a key part to having success here is being able to throw the baseball where you want it. It's a lot of times execution over power, and he has both. So if we can get the execution part tuned in, it could be really special.
All right, 27 games remain. What do you want to see from your ball club? If I could give you one wish, what's the one wish for 27 games left?
27 wins.
27 and 0 is fair.
You asked for a wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
You'd be in the playoffs.
27 wins.
27, but something you'd like to see from the team other than 27 straight wins.
I mean, continue playing the baseball that we're playing. Really. I mean, that's the key. I've asked for, backside base runner with 2 outs to be safe at second. Like, just give me one this year, because we're going to build it. We're going to stress it. We continue to stress it. But, those little variables, those little hustle plays, that detail, leads at third base, being more aggressive. But we've done a nice job running the bases with the speed that we have, which is minimal. Yeah, I mean, those are just small little nuances of the game that I watch and challenge guys to.
It's so funny. We'll end on this. I don't know how much you follow it, but we're always addressing things inside the game, and we're trying to figure out what works and what are the trends and everything. And you win on the margins, as they say. Certain teams and their labs are smarter than everybody else, but all of a sudden they're starting to realize, winning on the margins right now is really playing fundamental baseball, which everybody was taught years ago.
Yeah, they were, but unfortunately, the fundamental part of the game isn't stressed enough in the development side. And I'm not talking about our development system. I'm talking about the travel ball leagues, the little league that the coaches, but more so just the showcase stuff that these kids are going out and playing games, and you see them line up for a cutoff and relay. They're totally out of place. They walk to the baseball. They walk to their spot on the field when the ball's in the gap because they think they have time and they're not set up ready to make a play. Like all these little nuances that I watch that drive me crazy. Yes, the fundamentals of the game are really what lead to victory. So, again, I can sit up here and harp all day on that stuff, but I'm not going to.
Some of the greatest post-game speeches that have ever been caught on tape, your old coach, Augie Garrido.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Augie coaching just travel ball guys?
I don't think that would work out very well for either of them. Yeah, for the travel ball kids and for Aug. So,
well, we appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the 27 games. We'll talk to you next week on the road.
Sounds good. Thanks.
The Mark Kotsay Show brought to you by Folsom Lake Ford.
The A's YouTube page is your go-to destination for A's video content. Get access to great highlights, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, classic games, A's Cast Live, and more. Visit youtube.com/athletics.
Oh!
This has been a presentation of The Athletics.